Hello students, how are you doing? I'm happy to come your way at this moment for this online program. My name is Moses Odimide, and I'll be your lecturer for CHM 315, Color and Organic Chemistry. Today, we shall be looking at the first lesson in this series titled Color and Constitution. It promises to be educative, interesting, and quite wonderful. Sit back and have a wonderful lecture. After completing this lesson, we'll be able to define color based on different approaches, list different usefulness of color, give and differentiate between the two bases for natural color production, and above all, mention color manifestation in animal kingdom. We know that color is a constant companion of man. Color is everywhere. By your side, you have color, and it gives information about the world around us. Here we see a picture of a ripe tomato. What is the color? Of course, you know it's red. And of course, you have the leaf around. But then, what is color? You must know that you can have various definitions. But we're going to use three different approaches. One, the subjective approach. This focuses on the visual appearance of color. And here, color is defined as a sensation caused through some reaction between the eye and the brain. You have the picture there. Using the second approach, this is the objective approach. This focuses on light property. Color is defined as the result of the decomposition of light into various elements composing it. Much later in other subsequent lessons, we'll be looking in depth into the chemistry of the color. The third approach is a combination of the earlier two approaches. Here, color is defined as a psychological interpretation of a physiological response by the eye and brain to physical stimulus of light radiation at different wavelengths. Here we have the various manifestation of color at the visible spectrum. Using the prism, you have light being splitted into 7 visible colors by refraction: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Usefulness of color. Color could be applied in these various endeavors of human life: in road traffic, in architecture and building design, in textile, in food and medicine, in textile, in plastics, in information technology, in cosmetics and soap, in security, and in automobile. The basis for natural color production. We have two different mechanisms for the natural production of color. One, we have the chemochromes, which are the structural colors, and the biochromes, which are the pigmentary colors. We'll be looking at the differences between two different bases. One, the chemochromes are not extractable, while the biochromes are extractable. Also, the chemochromes are easily altered or destroyed by crushing, grinding, or compression, but this is not the case for biochromes. The chemochrome also are being lost in soaking in water or solvent. However, they regain their color when the solvent evaporates. But for biochromes, they do not lose their color. Finally, the chemochromes are often reinforced by the presence of the biochromes. However, the biochromes are independent because they are structural colors. Color does not only manifest or relate to human beings. In animal kingdom, color is also manifested and is quite useful as a protection for them, and also encourage their relationship with their mates. We have some animals that exhibited this manifestation. Octopus manifests a camouflage, and the chemicals associated range from chromatophore, iridophore, lycophos, and the reflector cell. Also, bluebird is another animal that shows a bright blue color. We have the associated chemicals. We have chameleon also. We have crustacean, and also we have the bullfrog. What are the roles of color manifestation in animal kingdom? The first role is used for protection and coverage from predators or harm. Gives warning to their enemies. It's also used as means of communication with one another. And finally, it's a means of attraction with their mates. The summary of this lecture revealed that we'll be able to cover the definition of color, usefulness of color, the two different mechanisms for natural color production, and also color manifestation in animal kingdom and its importance. The conclusion is that color is everywhere. It's all around us, and it's important that we appreciate the usefulness of color both to man and also in animal kingdom. This knowledge will help us to really positively affect our environment. I want you to be aware that we have your assignment that has been captured in your lesson note. You need to submit so that when due, the references is also with you in your lesson note. Thank you for this wonderful interaction. Do have a pleasant time. Thank you.